Really get into the science lab side of baking today. We're doing a deep dive into the absolute fundamentals. You know, how those basic ingredients really dictate everything, texture, flavor, how it all holds together.
Exactly. It's about function, not just a list of stuff.
Yeah.
When you start thinking that way, it changes how you bake. Pretty much everything you add, it's doing one of three main jobs: giving structure, making it rise, or making it tender. Get those down, and you're golden.
Right. Structure first then, because, well, without some kind of frame, you just end up with goo, basically. Flour is the obvious one, but what's really happening there, chemically speaking?
It's all about gluten. Well, activating it. See, gluten isn't just sitting in the flour. It only forms when those specific flour proteins, gliadin and gluten in technical terms there, get mixed with water and worked a bit. That network, that's what gives you chew-in bread or stops your cake falling apart.
Okay. And then you've got the MVP, maybe, the egg. It does more than just glue things together, right?
Yeah. Oh, way more. Eggs are multitaskers. Yes, structure the proteins, cook and set, they solidify when heated. But the yolk has lecithin. That's a key emulsifier. It's what lets you mix fats and liquids smoothly, keeps your batter from splitting. Super important.
Gotcha. And before we move off structure salt, we all know it boosts flavor, but we found it has this other job too.
Yeah, a bit of hidden talent. Salt actually tightens up that gluten network we were talking about. It sort of firms up the scaffolding, makes it stronger.
Interesting. Okay, so from structure, let's talk tenderness. That's where fats come in, the shortenings.
Right. Butter, lard, vegetable shortening, they're literally anti-toughness. That's why they're called shortenings. They physically get in the way of those long gluten strands forming. They kind of break them up.
Ah, so they shorten the gluten strands. Makes sense.
Exactly. Creates little barriers, that disruption. That's the difference between, say, flaky pastry and something tough or rubbery.
And sugar. It's not just about making things sweet, is it?
Not by a long shot. Sugar's a major player in tenderness, too. It actually tracks moisture, helps keep things soft. Plus, you get that lovely golden brown color. That's caramelization, thanks to sugar.
And it feeds yeast, too, right? If you're making bread.
Absolutely essential for yeast fermentation. And don't forget milk. Milk adds richness, sure. But the lactose, the sugar in milk, that also helps with browning, gives you a nice dark crust.
Okay, brings us neatly to leavening, making things rise. We've got the living stuff, like yeast.
Yep, yeast is a tiny organism. It eats the sugars and starches in your dough and basically burps out carbon dioxide gas. That's what makes bread rise.
And then the chemical options, baking soda and baking powder.
Right, those work through chemical reactions. Baking soda is a base sodium bicarbonate. It needs an acid to react with. Think buttermilk, lemon juice, molasses. Even chocolate can be acidic enough. You mix them, boom, instant CO2.
Whereas baking powder is like the all-in-one package.
Exactly. It's got the base and the acid powder mixed right in. So you just need liquid to get it started. And most are double acting. They release some gas when they get wet, and then another burst when they heat up in the oven. Gives you a good lift.
Okay, fascinating stuff. Now, thinking longer term, why does my amazing cake sometimes turn into a doorstop overnight? Stalling versus spoilage.
Ah, good question. They're different things. Stalling isn't just drying out, though moisture loss is part of it. It's more complex. It's a physical change. The starch molecules actually rearrange themselves, crystallize basically. It's called starch retrogradation. Makes things firm.
So stalling, physical change, starch is getting rigid. Spoilage, chemical change, like mold or bacteria growing.
You got it. And dealing with both really comes down to control. The sources we looked at really hammer this home. Consistency is key. Managing temperature, room temp, ingredient temp, oven temp, and humidity, it's all critical for getting the same result every time. Mastering those variables is, well, mastery.
So really understanding why these ingredients do what they do, the structure, the tenderizing, the leavening, that science is the foundation. It lets you get creative, lets you fix things when they go wrong.
Absolutely. Which leads to something for you to think about. If controlling temperature and ingredient quality is so crucial for consistency, imagine this. What tiny subtle change, maybe just in the type of flour or the temperature of your butter, how could that one small thing totally transform the final bake you're aiming for? Something to ponder next time you're in the kitchen.